Yesterday, my master said you are the best among all. Huang Yifan asked in a very strange tone. It is possibly higher than that, but master cannot be sure. Fang Jie said, my master does not have the same conditions as our martial academy. Huang Yifan almost blurted out. Then he realized that cursing someone's master to their face would likely cause offense. But when he saw Fang Jie's expression, it was calm and showed no sign of being bothered at all. Huang Yifan laughed heartily, saying some polite words, and then let Fang Jie leave. Go back and rest well, practice hard. Others haven't come yet. Seize the opportunity to cultivate. The newcomer's great competition is especially important, so you must take it seriously. Yes, Fang Jie left. After watching Fang Jie leave, Lu Jiaoshan finally couldn't help but ask, why did you block me just now? Huang Yifan angrily replied, are you asking nonsense? If I didn't need to block you, why would I block you? Since I blocked you, it means I don't want you to know. Isn't it redundant for you to ask? Lu Jiaoshan stared blankly. Your damn logic makes perfect sense, leaving me speechless. Then Huang Yifan stood up, looking anxious. I have to go out for something urgent. If someone comes looking for me, tell them to wait. Huang Yifan finished speaking and immediately flew out through the window with an urgency akin to having his pants on fire. He was so eager that it seemed like his butt was on fire. Lu Jiaoshan had not yet recovered from the shock of discovering a world-class genius and looked on in surprise as Huang Yifan disappeared without a trace. He muttered to himself, what could be so important that this old man is in such a hurry? Huang Yifan was now quite anxious. If Fang Jie's talent were ordinary, he wouldn't be so anxious. But such a stunning and unparalleled talent was more important than anything else. The news about Fang Jie being a disciple of Xian came from Chen Rihai, and Chen Rihai used to be one of my subordinates. Although this guy has a bad temper and is sloppy, he is meticulous and has never made a mistake in major matters. And what I found out doesn't match the intelligence report. It's a shocking genius that shakes the world. This needs to be taken seriously. Regardless of whether this message is true or false, it is a huge piece of news that shakes the world. I can't sleep until I figure this out. So he sped up to the utmost and rushed to Bibo City like a shooting star. Chen Rihai was closing the door and rubbing his feet. The smell inside was intense. With a bang, Huang Yifan broke through the window and entered. In the next moment, with another bang, Chen Rihai was kicked onto the wall. Then Huang Yifan slipped out again, shouting curses outside. You damn thing, can't you maintain your image? All you do every day is scratch your small feet. Huang Yifan was furious. He almost died from the stench upon entering. The fresh air while flying was so refreshing. But then he was suffocated by the smell of dried fish. The strong contrast almost made him choke. A wave of nausea arose, and his stomach churned violently, almost making him vomit. Chen Rihai almost shouted assassin, but quickly swallowed it down. He slid down from the wall and hurriedly waved his hand to open all the windows and doors. With a whoosh, he threw out the air and the room along with the skin rubbed off his feet. In an instant, he dressed neatly and greeted Huang Yifan with a fawning smile. Boss, how did you come here? Please sit down. Damn it, find another place. Huang Yifan was furious. Also wash your hands. Quickly, Chen Rihai hastily wiggled his buttocks and ran out. Quickly, find a clean room. A short while later, they sat in a spotlessly clean reception room. Chen Rihai was washed clean and radiant. Even his body was fragrant with sachets. Fragrant and rich. You stay there. Huang Yifan pressed Chen Rihai into the farthest seat from him. Then he cleaned the chair under his own bottom with spiritual energy once again. Brushed the entire room with spiritual energy. Closed the door and then set up a soundproof barrier. To be honest, Huang Yifan is usually not a clean person. He is also quite slovenly. But coming to Chen Rihai's place requires him to be a hygiene role model. It's really unbearable. Do you know why I came here this time? Chen Rihai suddenly understood and said Materials are from my personal collection and have not been touched by anyone else. Boss, please judge for yourself. He stood up and went to his secret room. Then he brought over a pile of documents. Inside were analyses of every move and action of Fang Che. Every sentence has annotations, including the existence of Yi Mei, as well as all the intelligence sent back by Yi Mei and the actions taken based on the intelligence. Wang Yifan read very slowly, almost chewing and thinking about each character. In between, he didn't say a single word. He came in the morning, but by the time he finished reading these documents, it was already midnight. Without uttering a single word, drinking a sip of water, or even moving from the spot, he chewed, pondered every recorded word 7 times. The crowing of the rooster synchronized with a thread of dawn. Huang Yifan finally put down the dossier, closed his eyes, leaned back in his chair, and fell into deep thought. Chen Ruhai had been accompanying him the whole time, daring not to make a sound. After a long while, Huang Yifan opened his eyes and said, "According to the records, there is no doubt that Fang Che is a disciple of EXIN, but I still believe in my own test results. This Fang Che should be a good child." Chen Ruhai's expression remained unchanged as he said, "On this point, I dare not say anything. The reason I informed the boss is to prevent small problems from growing bigger and to prepare for unexpected situations. I understand. I will watch closely." Huang Yifan sighed softly and said, "Today, you don't need to follow me. I'll wander around Bibo City." Then he said, "When I'm done wandering, I'll go back. I won't say goodbye when I leave. Boss, since you come all this way, why not have a simple meal before you leave? Your humble servant is just fulfilling his duty as a host. Roll your fathers. Even gods can't eat with you." Huang Yifan rolled his eyes. Casually throwing 2 bottles of pills, he said, "1 pill per 7 days. There are 100 pills here. Come find me when they're gone." Yes, Chen Ruhai regarded them as treasures. Qian Sang sure you cannot be solved, but you can't just give up either. It's already reached your foot, and you can't even hide 1 foot. As a hall master, what kind of example are you setting? Huang Yifan scolded. "Yes, boss, you're right." Huang Yifan waved his hand and vanished without a trace. Chen Ruhai sighed, standing silently for a long time before returning. He reviewed the files once more. Then he opened one side of his bed, placed the files inside, locked it again, covered it with camouflage, and then placed a pillow on top. Huang Yifan stayed in Bibo City for 3 full days before he left. Meanwhile, Fang Che soon returned to his Xianxia residence. "Master, you're back." Yemei eagerly approached, helping Fang Che remove his cloak and hang it on the coat rack, saying, "Our neighbor's big house has also been bought. I don't know who it is. Since the master wasn't here, I didn't dare to inquire." Oh, Fang Che's gaze flickered. When he first bought it, the neighboring house was empty and uninhabited. He had just moved in, and someone had moved in next door. It's either EXIN or the town guard hall. Fang Che knew in his heart, saying, "Do you think it's your business to manage people buying houses? You meddle too much. Have you made any progress recently? Just eating and doing nothing? Hurry up and cultivate." As usual, he scolded Yemei. Yemei pouted him out. This guy really finds it hard to say nice things. Fang Che had already started practicing, showing no concern for who lived next door. If it was a disciple of EXIN, they would contact him on their own. And if it was the town guard hall, he would leave it to them. That night, Fang Che was awakened from his dream by vibrations. He felt the earth beneath him shaking slightly. This was not a local tremor, but rather a super-range shockwave. As an experienced veteran, Fang Che immediately realized that this was due to a battle taking place somewhere unknown, where the after effects shook a certain vein, causing the connected area to experience a mild earthquake. Judging by this vibration, the location of the battle must be very far away, and the people capable of causing such vibrations are unimaginable. Fang Che lay in bed feeling the vibrations, his mind filled with awe. Such powerful beings would have blown him to ashes in one breath in his previous life. Who could it be? The next day, Fang Qingyun treated Fang Che to dinner, during which Fang Che took the last remaining Tian Maizhua fruit and fed it to Fang Qingyun. Fang Qingyun didn't notice throughout the process, and with several classmates chatting animatedly. Beside him, he got drunk. He went back to sleep. In the morning, Fang Qingyun's dormitory mates were woken up by the stench. Grass. Did Fang Qingyun defecate? Several people pinched their noses and fled, throwing a brick from outside the door at the snoring Fang. Qingyun, you damn thing, even after drinking, you can't solve it in a blanket.